back. So the front rows McCrossin and Greaves. Here's Josh Baldwin and Kurt Leduc in row 2. Row 3 will be Scott Douglas and Jason Baldwin. And then row 4 is going to be Carl Renesetter. And then outside of the inversion will be Dave Christopherson and, of course, Al Drews in the back all by himself. And there's a look at Scott Douglas along with Mr. Baldwin. That's the 66, of course, and Jason alongside.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of a start Douglas gets, because we're going to ride along with him. If he gets a good start, he could be tough. The key to this race, though, is getting through turn number 1. You heard Kyle Leduc say it's the toughest corner that they've ever raced on. It is, because it's a very long, fast corner.
Ooh, little hit right there. Crossan getting a little sideways.
I told you it was a tough corner.
Yes, you did. But everybody seems to get through. Maybe little bits of contact here and there, but otherwise it's good. And look who is out front. Johnny Greaves got a great launch and is powered into the lead, sporting that new yellow Potawatomi Casino and Bingo sponsorship. On board now with Douglas sitting in the 3rd spot.
Well, you're going to see those trucks turn back red if they don't get a little better luck here than they've had in the first 2 rounds.
That's Josh Baldwin that we see. There he is. There's Josh off to the left that Douglas is duking it out with here right now. Now cuts down, squares up underneath, trying to power down low. May have got it.
Great move.
Yeah.
He did exactly what he wanted to do. He got the truck pointed straight. He got good power off of the corner. Now then, can he hold it on the bottom? Oops, it looks like Baldwin busted through that cushion, got hung up in that real heavy dirt. That cushion's very narrow. You have to stay right on it, but can't get through it or it'll bog the truck down.
Look at Baldwin trying to counter it. Oh, what a move by Baldwin. I think he actually took the bait. Douglas got him to sucker in a little deep, but Baldwin recovered beautifully and then used an aggressive move down the inside.
Oh! Douglas tried to cut down to the inside, got up on the bike, almost turned that truck over. Great recovery.
And some serious side fight on those tires.
Exactly. And you know, Douglas did a great job not getting body slammed and really hit hard. He got on the brakes hard enough, let Baldwin slide past him, hoping he could get under him, but Baldwin got it woed in time to stay in front of him.
On board now with Renesetter. He's trying to fight his way up to the pack, getting little bits and pieces of help. Douglas's problems and the like, and he's trying to close it right up again. Oh, another! Didn't quite see who that was, but around he went. That was Jason Baldwin who looped it.
And once again, that tough corner, that number 1, eats another truck up as he just got on the throttle when he got that blue stuff. That's a very, very hard corner. You got to get through it fast because it's a fast corner. Oh, look at this. We got trouble down there as Johnny Greaves just got sideways.
Oh, and then a hit.
Oh, Johnny runs into Josh Baldwin. Looked like that time as he went over the whoop. Now Baldwin spins and they run into each other.
They're hooked up, and there goes Kurt Leduc. Baldwin lighting up the rear tires. You can see on that blue groove down there, along with a little bit of dust on top of it. He's smoking them. And these two guys, that aggression cost them dearly.
Wow, Baldwin and Greaves banging into each other, and Kurt Leduc says thank you very much.
He surely did. Took great advantage of it. There's that turn. You can see some of that dry slick right there. And look at how gentle Douglas is in working through that right now. Renesetter as well. They don't want any part of arguing with that dry slick right now.
No, they sure don't. Carl Renesetter riding back there in 3rd. He's going to try. Oh, look at this. Douglas gets sideways again, and that right-hander down there, that's where we saw Greaves have trouble.
Well, this track is taking its toll right now, and the wily veteran, as I said, Kurt Leduc out front. Welcome back to Antigo, Wisconsin. That is Josh Baldwin in the pits right now as they're working on that tire, trying to get that fixed. That Filger Manufacturing American axle Ford stationary right now. I'm guessing there's a little bit of yellow paint in that wheel well.
Yeah, probably from that contact he had with Johnny Greaves. Tough break for him. Now then, we got a 3-way battle for the lead as Kurt Leduc is being really challenged by both Douglas and Renesetter.
And these two have reeled him in, and you can see Renesetter trying to square up a little bit. And you're talking about Yellow and Greaves. He's talking about running that smaller tire on the back of the truck, same size they run on the front because of the weight that they're able to get away with. And do you think that would have been helpful or hurtful in this?
Well, you know, sometimes a bigger tire will help you when it gets real black and slick like this, but it's hard to say. It'll help you where it's real heavy up in the mud, but he wasn't in the mud.
Now this lead trio is working some traffic. That's Steve McCrossin doing a nice job Obviously, his spotters told him they were coming. He got way out wide, and Johnny Greaves, something seriously amiss in this truck as he's pulling off and
off the course.
The turn, I don't see any tires down or anything, so something else must have let go.
It must be the transmission, something in the drive line, so that's not a good thing for Johnny Greaves. There, Renazator got hard on the brakes to keep from running into the side of Douglas, but he had an inside groove there, but he just couldn't take advantage of it.
And you know, the other thing was, it looked as though Douglas, as he squares up underneath, as Kurt got in way high once again, that Douglas was checking up for Kurt, and as a result, Renazator to check up. These guys are racing so close right now. Look at the back end step out.
Yeah, you can see that LeDuc trying to put his left front in that mud down there, keep his left rear in the mud. As long as you have one of those tires, the left rear, in this case, in the mud, it'll give you some traction. If you get both rears out in that blue, it's going to spin on you.
So literally, as we talk about trying to hook that inside tire in something to give you some grip, that's Josh Baldwin, who's now out of the pits, but is down a lap. And again, well, I tell you, that visual is just spectacular from the onboard, watching these guys get so absolutely sideways in that right-hander.
And you can see how tough it is inside that truck to see, because Douglas a couple of times has had mud all over his windshield, couldn't see what was going on in front of him.
And let's see now, here they come working, and boy, Douglas staying awfully close. These two have gapped Renazator just a little bit here. Douglas just trying to stay close. Keep in mind, Douglas, as we said, off to a pretty good start in the championship. Third in the points coming in behind Jason, and obviously he's going to be able to make up some ground there. That was Dave Christopherson. You just got a glimpse of that they're trying to sneak by here and do it as clean as possible. Christopherson, maybe LeDuc got a gift.
Yeah, it looks like he
might
have.
Douglas?
Well, he got to the inside. I said Douglas had on his windshield, I mean his visor, of course, because these don't have windshields. All they have up there is a bunch of... Christopherson got sideways. Now he's going to take Renazator out through the mud. This could really hurt him. He gets that water in the engine, that could be big-time trouble.
There it is.
It did.
Exactly what you were talking about.
Oh, man, what a tough break for Renazator.
Unbelievable. Christopherson just got in trouble at the wrong time.
Squirrely. He came back across the racetrack right in front of Renazator once and then back again. Renazator didn't have a choice. He didn't know he was going to turn back the second time. And boy, once you get that much water up in that engine, if it actually gets inside the engine, it can be big, big trouble.
Look at this view from the onboard. Just ride it, folks. Watch this.
There he is. He went to the right side, but Christopherson just got that thing turned and came back across the second time. Yep. Either the ignition or he got water inside the cylinders, and either one of those things is not good.
So our points leader is dead stick, and for Kurt LeDuc and Scott Douglas, opportunity if they can hang on. Lucas Oil, worldwide leader in heavy-duty and high-performance lubricants, and the official oil of championship off-road racing. And by Nissan, Ship Performance, the official truck of championship off-road racing. Welcome back, everybody. Late in the going here in Pro 4 in the CORR Lucas Oil Pro Series third round. Kurt LeDuc fending off Scott Douglas, and obviously with Renazator now out of the picture, these two pretty much in a battle unto themselves. There's Todd LeDuc and the crew chief Larry watching things. Todd's a little worried.
He certainly is. He's telling him what to do and how to do it. But Kurt's got things pretty well in hand, except when he comes off that one corner. It looks like he does not have the groove this time. Douglas has the bottom of the racetrack, and he hit the...
Boy, Kurt floated up awfully high.
Something happened.
Where is he?
When he hit that cushion up there, Kyle's looking at it. When he hit the cushion, the thing died. Either didn't have any horsepower to pull it through that cushion, something, as they're trying to figure it out too. It's dead stick.
Well, with the weight of that cushion, could he have snapped a half shaft or something back there when he hit it?
Could have, but he lost power. Usually you hit that cushion and power through it, and when he hit it, it just killed it, whatever happened.
So Scott Douglas now assumes the lead, and a big one at that, and he should be coming up on the white flag. You just saw him run through that hole that Ken was talking about. I mean, the lower half of the whole wheel disappeared. That's how deep that is as he does pick up the white flag. And Ken Stout has caught up with Kurt LeDuc. Kenny?
Kurt LeDuc over here taking the helmet off. Got to be disappointed. You're on a heck of a run there. Great battle, great race. What broke on the truck? Any idea?
You know, this Antigo clay is so tough, so sticky that something in the driveline broke. You know, disappointed for Skyjacker. You know, Kyle held the flag high for us today, but yeah, I just had to run it hard. And we found the weak link. We'll fix it and go to the next round.
That's true. This is a great R&D opportunity running these things here, isn't it?
Well, you're not going to get much tougher than this was here today. I mean, they've had everything. Started out muddy, then it got slick, and it is heavy. He hit that cushion, and when he hit it, tried to power, something in the driveline just busted.
Meanwhile, the number 7 Rancho Dynamax Ford picks up the double checkers and a second win this season for Scott Douglas. 2 in a row, as a matter of fact, and the crew loving this moment.
Wow, and he's certainly worked long and hard for this.
Well, let's see if we can take a look now at the results here of this third round of the Lucas Oil Pro Series in Pro 4. Douglas, Baldwin, Drews. What a drive by Al, coming from dead last. Josh Baldwin, Kurt LeDuc getting credited with 5th because of lappers and the like. Nonetheless, this is all about Scott Douglas, and he put together a great run. And that means he is in our FabTech winner's circle talking to Ken.
Scott Douglas will climb out of there. A very happy racer, no doubt, as he'll go with back-to-back wins here at Antigo. That'll make up for that 7th place finish you had there in round 1.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, once again, I can't thank the crew enough. I mean, this thing just worked awesome. Special thanks to BF Goodrich. I mean, last-minute decision. We went a different tire groove on lineup. I saw everybody's tires, and I go, you know what? So either we're going to go to the front or we're going to go to the back.
Let's talk about that bitter rivalry. Let's call it the way it is between you and Kurt LeDuc, and you guys were battling. You were looking for a way around him.
Yeah, I tell you, I was going inside, outside, and I got to tell you something. I mean, he drove me clean, and I hope he feels I drove him clean. And I got a little on side of him here, got side by side, and we came in together here, and it was a heck of a path. But I tell you, that's where those BF Goodrich hooks up, and we went under him, and we were gone.
And I tell you, gone right to the points lead as well as he leapfrogs 3rd to 1st. Jason Baldwin with his 2nd place finisher stays in 2nd. Renazetter slips to 3rd. LeDuc falls 1 spot to 4th, and Josh Baldwin is 5th as we take a look back through the top 10 at this point. Now, one of the moments we always look for is our Skyjacker shock of the race. This was a goodie.
And there was no doubt about the shot here today as Evan Evans slides up across the racetrack, catches Brian Hinman in something that you'd expect to see in a sprint car race on a half-mile. Well, we're on the half-mile corner of this one, and when they touched wheels once was okay. 2nd time, shame on you. Right up over that right rear wheel and upside down. You can see that in any sprint car race in America.
Brian Hinman, watch this, hits the ground, slips her into gear, takes off, was able to drive through and pick up a 5th place finish. So no quitting this guy. And that was your Skyjacker shock of the race. Now let's take a look at our Precision Gear Driver of the Year points thus far. Scott Taylor up by 7 over Scott Douglas with Art Schmidt in 3rd. We're going to show you back through the top 10, but Ken has been down there, trackside, giving us great updates. We want to check in one more time. What'd you think?
Hey, I know I'm supposed to pick one race, but it's tough. How about Brian Hinman, who flips over in Pro 2, keeps going? Or Carl Renazetter, who drives through the lake in Pro 4? But if I have to pick one, I've got to go with the kid. I know, he wants me to call him a man now, and you know what? Rightfully so. Kyle LeDuc in Pro Light, 3 wins in a row as he kicks off this season as well as anybody. Excellent job. He's on his way to a championship.
Well, not just a man, maybe the man. Let's take a look at our Kumho Tires Rookie of the Year standings, and Hinman, boy, did he deserve to be out front after that ride he took and coming through for the finish here. Now, as we wrap things up, Larry, I wanted to touch on one thing. We maybe should have touched on a little bit more during the show. Tire choice. We heard it so much here with that blue groove and that big sticky clay. It was just brutal.
It was very important. That very fast, big corner down there, 1 and 2. The right tires and a good driving style made all the difference.
And it paid off, and you can see, I mean, Scott Douglas was very clear that he felt his tires had given him a big edge, and they took a serious risk to get to that. We'd also like to remind you, check out SpeedTV.com. Get all the information you need on racing. If you weren't able to catch it on Speed TV, check it out online at SpeedTV.com. Coming up next, we're going to be coming at you from Crandon. So, for Larry Rice and for Ken Stout, I'm Greg Kramer. Make sure you tune in when we get to the big track at Crandon. Until then, take care, everybody.